his back foot. And there's a huge right hand. Down goes Helenius. Bomb Squad is back.
Blessed love and blessed day, oh boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fight nation. It's Coach Fight and this is real life boxing. Deontay Wilder's knockout of Robert Helenius was fixed. Robert Helenius took a dive. Hey, before we get into it, best double jab, straight down the pipe with the left hook behind it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Put the left hook behind it and share the video, please and thank you. Let's get into it. A lot of people saying the knockout of Robert Helenius delivered by the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder was fake. That shit was fixed. The punch, it didn't even look that hard. He didn't turn it over. Helenius took a dive. They used to be sparring partners, so they're friends. You know what I mean? The knockout was just fake. It wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? He was just faking. I'm just hearing that all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Between Helenius taking a dive, between the punch not being hard, between Wilder not turning over the punch, hitting him with like the the middle knuckles instead of, you know what I mean, 4 knuckles down. All of this, you know what I'm saying? You guys tell me in the comment section right now if y'all think that it was fixed or the knockout was fake. I'm gonna do my due diligence and I'm gonna tell y'all why I do not think, not even that I don't think, why I know that the knockout, it was real. It was definitely real. You know what I mean? I see other content creators, you know, saying it was fake, saying the punch wasn't hard, it was a lucky punch. This is like why I started my YouTube channel, for times like these when I don't like leaving negative comments on people's pages, you know what I'm saying? I don't like doing that. So so I just figured I'll start a YouTube channel to give my own opinion, and here is my opinion. And this opinion, this is a fact. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show you like how much people that talk about boxing like don't really know about boxing, or not even just boxing, like just you know, like fighting or getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, when I was boxing, when I was actually competing, that was like when DVDs started coming. I remember I had this DVD that had like the best boxing knockouts, and this is like 20 years ago. The best boxing knockouts, just like hundreds of knockouts, and that was my favorite shit. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch that and study it because I always found it it's always been like interesting to me, like how the body reacts like when it gets hit with certain impact. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always, you know what I'm saying, when certain parts of the head get hit with certain impact, like that's always been interesting to me, you know what I mean? And I study it, look at it, and with boxing, of course, there's a lot of head trauma. There's a lot of impact to the head. You know what I'm saying? You see knockouts. You see a lot of fake knockouts in movies. You know, in whatever, online. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of fake knockouts in acting, you know, fighting movies, fighting scenes. You see a lot of fake knockouts. Wrestling, you see a lot of fake knockouts. You see them pretending like they're unconscious, but they're not really unconscious. I've seen people unconscious like in real life, boxing, street fights, you know what I mean? Like up close and personal. So I know how the body reacts, you know what I'm saying, when it gets impacted. Why I played those clips at the beginning of the video is for the people saying that it wasn't a hard punch, you can just listen to the sound of the punch and hear that it was a hard punch. Now, the first video is from the actual Showtime broadcast. So that one, you know, where the commentators are talking, it's a very short clip. I don't want to get copyright strict, but it's a very short clip. But that one, you know, there's microphones around the ring and whatnot. So you're hearing the official audio of the broadcast. So the punch is emphasized by microphones. The second clip is there's no microphones in that clip. That like that's from somebody's phone outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Just recording, so no microphones. Either way, in both clips, you can just hear how hard the punch was. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the impact of the punch. Literally sounded like a gunshot, like a small caliber gunshot, or like a firecracker. You know what I mean? So you can hear that the punch was hard. Very short punch. No, this goes to show you how hard Wilder punches, and not only how hard he punches, but Helenius actually ran into the punch because he was leaning forward off balance, just going full forward, bang. You know what I'm saying? Very short punch. People say it was a lucky punch. Wilder didn't mean to throw it. No. He definitely meant to throw it, but the timing of the punch and the distance between his fist and Robert Helenius' head when he threw the punch, it wasn't enough time for him to turn the punch all the way over and get, you know what I'm saying, the four knuckles down, but he still generated enough power to knock Robert Helenius out. And you can see where the punch lands, right on Robert Helenius' nose, like between his nose and his mouth. When people get hit there hard, that's usually a knockout. Because if you notice, there's certain parts, you know what I'm saying, of the head where knockouts don't really happen. Like if you don't really see knockouts happen when someone gets hit on their forehead and they get knocked out. Now, Wilder knocked out King Kong Luis Ortiz with a punch off of his forehead. You don't see that often. You usually like the punch that who was it? Burchelt got knocked out with by who was the kid that Shakur Stevenson just beat? Oscar Valdez. He just ran into that overhand right, hit him dead smack in his nose, like right in the center of his face, and he fell right on his face. Roberto Duran and Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns with the right hand right down the pipe, right in Roberto Duran's nose. He falls forward. Punches that land there usually knock you out. You know what I'm saying? You notice temple shots don't really knock people out. Temple shots, you usually get really buzzed. It just really, throat just really fucks you up. Temple, top of the head, back of the head, those shots rock you, just fuck up your equilibrium. Anything in the center of the face, your chin, your nose, your chin, sometimes the air, the side of your face, like your jaw, those punches knock you out. You know what I'm saying? And you look at where Deontay Wilder landed this punch, was right in the center, right? And you just see how red Robert Helenius' nose is when he's laying down on the canvas. So, you know, to the people who think that this punch was fake and that it was a dive, absolutely not. You can see Robert Helenius' feet. First of all, his foot bends underneath him. He falls back on it. His feet then cross. They're trembling. He's snoring. His body is, you see his chest just taking very deep breaths, that his body's just trying to get that wind. And that's what happened when people get knocked out. You see that chest caving in back and forth, because they're sucking in that air. If you're close enough to them, you can actually hear them snoring. It literally sounds like they're snoring. They're gasping for breath. It's a hard, it's like they're snoring. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that's what's happening to Robert Helenius after he takes this shot. So, like I said, I'm going to need you guys to tell me if y'all think that it was fake or I'm saying set up or a dive. To me, it absolutely was not. You know, just a sequence like I explained in the knockout breakdown. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to go check it out, where I broke down the knockout of Helenius delivered by Wilder. So absolutely not fake, not a dive. Wilder was right on time. Helenius ran into the punch. Very, very, very hard punch. And again, it just goes to show you how hard Deontay Wilder punches. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even, I mean, if he did turn the punch over and get his elbow up. His elbow wasn't even up. If he did turn the punch over and get his elbow up, I mean, who knows what would have happened to Helenius? He might not have gotten up from that shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we got to think. Like, good thing he didn't get to turn the punch over, because, my goodness, if he knocked him out with a punch like that, my God, what would he have done if he really was able to turn that punch over and get full extension on it? But you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. I don't think that it was fake. Don't think that it was a dive. Peace and one love. Protect yourself at all times and keep fighting your fight, man. It's Coach Fighting. This is Real Life Boxing.